If you're a performance enthusiast, 2014 has been a ripper year, particularly if you're on a budget, and these four are proof of that. In the under $60,000 category for performance, we've got the reigning champion, Toyota's 86, against three all-wheel drive pocket rockets, the all-new Audi S1 and two familiar foes, the Subaru WRX STI and the Volkswagen Golf R. Performance on a budget has never looked so good for Australian enthusiasts, and as this selection of finalists show, the parameters of the category are constantly changing. Leading the charge is the carryover champion, the Toyota 86 GT. An honest rear-drive coupe with a naturally aspirated engine, the 86 is still the cheapest vehicle of its kind by a country mile, starting from just $29,990. For that you get a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine, a competent cornering car, and on the whole, a fun track day weapon with plenty of rear bias. The problem increasingly for the 86 though is that the game has moved on, and even though it's still cheap, the consensus is the 86 isn't really the entire performance package. The ride is rough and at times tedious, its small cabin and boot layouts are extremely limited, and the 2-litre engine just doesn't have the edge that many enthusiasts will be looking for. Keeping the 86 honest is the new Audi S1. It comes in almost twice as much as the humble Toyota, however it brings a peppy turbocharged engine, all-wheel drive grip and some tasteful European flair. The S1 was a hit around the Wakefield Park circuit with playful dynamics and a punchy power delivery right across the rev spectrum. In the all-important 0 to 100 test, it clocked triple figures in a sprightly 6.5 seconds. However, starting at $50,000, it asks a lot for the privilege and feels very basic inside for this price point, especially without a standard reversing camera. Elsewhere from within the Volkswagen Group stable is the new Golf R. It too comes fitted with a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine tied to all-wheel drive underpinnings. However, with 206 kilowatts on hand, it managed to sprint to triple figures in an impressive 4.9 seconds, while also proving to be extremely capable on the race circuit. All 6 judges agreed the Golf R was an easy vehicle to drive fast, with adjustable settings for its steering, dampers and engine, and a 6-speed DSG transmission that was always up to the task. Completing the lineup for 2014 is the Subaru WRX STI. The legendary rally car is now cheaper than ever before and comes fitted with a familiar 2.5-litre 4-cylinder boxer engine. While the Rex sports a new appearance, it's still largely the same car underneath, which is both good and bad. The engine doesn't really hit its straps until about 3,000 RPM, there's plenty of rack rattle through corners, the steering wheel tugs at the hands under heavy acceleration, and the ride felt the most unrefined of the group. In short, the new STI feels like a car from about 10 years ago, and doesn't really move the game forward in the way it promised to. The other big shortfall for the STI is its horrific fuel use. Officially rated at 10.4 litres per 100, but closer to 15 litres in real life. There's still a lot of love for the Toyota 86, and that's evidenced by the fact that it featured pretty strongly in this year's judging. However, for 2014, the 86 is knocked off by this car, the Volkswagen Golf R, which continues a strong tradition for Volkswagen in the under $60,000 performance category. Despite being classed as a performance car in a performance category, the Golf R impressed with its ability as a daily driver as well. The Volkswagen Golf R is seen to change the game a little bit for the under $60,000 performance category, and that's because it's definitely not a one-dimensional car. As well as being really engaging on a track, the R is actually quite an easy thing to live with and a really composed road car, thanks to clever packaging and a classy finish. Out on the track, the Golf R impressed with its dynamic prowess, thanks to crisp, well-weighted steering, excellent body control, and plenty of punch on demand from the 4-pot engine and 6-speed transmission. There's a lovely feel to the steering, and it's a car that really instills confidence in the driver after not much time behind the wheel at all. The fact that the engine translates to an economy figure of just 7.1 litres per 100 kilometres is pretty astonishing given its performance, and we actually got close to that figure during our testing. It's the sort of thing that you could take out for a weekend and tour in and not have to compromise in any way on something like ride comfort or a highly strung engine. While the Golf R emerged a deserved winner for 2014, it's clear the bar has been well and truly raised in this segment.